I think also telling war stories, this is something that it took me a while to realize how attached I would get to cases. And I've lost cases, of course, and won cases. But for me, I take the losses very, very hard. And telling war stories about the cases cannot come the next day or even the next week for a case that you lose.
No.
And there's something to be learned about every case that you lose. And there's something to be learned for your colleagues. I mean, I know for our firm, we talk about the losses just like we talk about the wins. What can we learn? But it's also something that you have to be respectful of whoever the attorney is that tried it. Even if it's a win, whether it's a win or a loss, sometimes it takes some time to be able to talk about it without being emotional about it because you put so much of yourself into it.
Yeah, and you're not when you're that raw, you're not going to learn the lessons that need to be learned.
Right.
And quite frankly, when you're on the high end euphoria
right.
from a big win, you're not going to learn. You're so happy you won, you're not going to be talking about what.
Right. And so at some point later in time, whether it's days, weeks, for everybody it's different, but you have to reevaluate the case, see where things went wrong, where things went right if you won, and even if you won, where things went wrong, right? There's cases that we've won that things still went wrong during, so that you want to try to learn from it for the next time, but giving yourself some space before you start to evaluate yourself, I think, is important.
Yeah, and I usually don't. I should, and I should be a bigger man and do more of that, but when I lose a case, I let it die, and I go on with my life. Not that I don't learn things, but I don't dwell on my losses, because you can do a lot to make yourself have a better chance of winning. You can definitely do things that make yourself lose, but if you do it all right, all you're doing is you're putting yourself in the best position to win possible. It's like if you're an NFL quarterback playing in the Super Bowl, you're one of the best, you've worked hard, but so's the other guy. And only one of you is going to win. And it's not within your control, 100%. You can't control what the referee sees. You can't control what the receiver is going to catch the ball. You can't control. I mean, there's a million things you can't control that day. You can't control how your defense is going to play. Same for trial. I mean, we don't control the facts. We don't control how the judge is going to be. We don't pick who the jury is 100% and what their prior life experiences are, and we don't get to pick what the defense is going to do. And so when we value ourselves as human beings and lawyers by what happens in the jury room, we can really be twisted both ways. We can get a totally unrealistic, out of control ego when we win, and we can be way too hard on ourselves and down and scared to do it again when we lose. So it's that 100% commitment to the work, but detaching. And not that you don't want to win with every fiber in your body and it doesn't hurt like hell to lose, but you cannot say, I am a bad lawyer because I didn't win this case. I can say I'm a bad lawyer because I didn't prove it by evidence, or because I didn't, do something right. I didn't practice well enough, but not because of if I did what I was supposed to do and it's just a tough case or it just wasn't my day, then you just got to shake the dust off and go get them next time.